Lydia Des Dolles, MA Connect TV, and I'm here backstage at the National Boxing Stadium in Dublin with the victorious Cillian Reardon. Congratulations.
Cheers.
How are you feeling?
Really good. Like the only thing we wanted to get out of this was get up and run with a win, and we got that. So
yeah. Pro debut?
Yeah, exactly.
How you feeling?
Good, and very happy or lucky, I suppose, to get on a card like this for a pro debut.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably the only pro debut on tonight, so
yeah.
Very lucky in that respect.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, for us, obviously, MA Connect TV, we cover a lot of, MMA, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing. We're kind of new to it. We're starting to kind of get our feet in boxing. But in terms of, Irish boxing, this is a phenomenal event, so
exactly.
It must be amazing to get on it.
Yeah. Well, I suppose disappointed back in November, my first fight, where scheduled pro debut fell through. But then, to get on this card, it just kind of makes up for it now. Well, It seems like it now when you get the win,
Yeah, exactly. So how many amateur fights did you have before you decided to turn pro?
Not very many, and I don't know exactly, but not very many carded fights. And my record was so-so.
Okay.
So
what was the decision to go pro then?
As I was saying to a couple of other lads, it's always been something that's I had half an eye on, because my style is much more suited to that than it was to amateurs. But you need to have a lot of time, and you need to have your life very well set up to be able to put those camps together. And I always knew that I wasn't at that stage, because I was working on career and college and other stuff. So I kept it tipping away, but I had half an eye on this the whole time. Okay. And now I'm in a position, I have my life enough together to put it together, so I'm having a go.
Good stuff. So you're training full time, or is it just kind of like doing enough to get by, but it's pretty much everything?
No, I work full time, obviously, but train essentially full time as well. I train as much as any other boxers that I know, so definitely 2 a day most days, and in camps 3 days even. So it's just about being organised and having your shit together.
I mean, in terms of MMA, the dream is when someone goes pro, they have 6-7 straight wins, and then they look for the UFC. In boxing, is it different? Is there a promotion, or is it just for terms of the wins and the records?
Well, it's not just in terms of the wins and the record, because there's guys out there with great records who haven't boxed anybody. And that applies to me now as well, because I want to know, but I haven't boxed anybody who matters, without being disrespectful to my opponent. But I want to get into this to do something that's worth my while.
So what is the goal? What's the end plan?
I think it's a kind of a medium term realistic title, realistic goal to be an Irish title holder would be something that I'd like to go for.
Good stuff. So, I mean, is it too soon to think about what's next, or?
Well, what's next is get another couple of fights, because certainly you need to build a certain amount of your record before you start looking for anything bigger, So
good stuff.
That's what I'm working on.
Anything in mind? Any cards confirmed yet, or?
No, nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
This is as far as it was. Get the win today, and that's as far as it goes.
Before I let you go, you had a huge crowd out there, huge support.
Brilliant.
What is that like to, obviously, to fight in a stadium that is has such history as a national stadium, and also have a big supportive crowd like that out there?
Yeah, it's amazing. So just thanks to family and friends and work colleagues, a lot of who showed up today, which is really good of them. And it's just great. Really enjoyed it.
Super. Well, congratulations again. I'll let you get back to the lads.
Cillian
Reardon for MA Connect TV.
Cheers.
Bye.